Everyone talks about getting a consulting job, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about starting a consulting business. So you're selling your expertise for income to a client at first, but multiple clients that will be paying you over time, just like I did with GovClose. Now, you may think this is too risky, but when you hear reason number 7, you'll realize that the real risk may be staying where you are right now. Now, first, we have to define what a consulting business is. A consulting business is simply this. You package your knowledge or skill, federal contracting strategy in my case, into a service people will pay for. It's not a job application. It's ownership. Think of GovClose. We train and guide clients to win government contracts. But we're independent. We decide who we serve. I have decided not to work with certain clients. I can fire a client. And here are 10 reasons to start your consulting business. Stick around for number 10, and you'll learn how I turned my consulting business into over 6 figures a month in just under a year. Reason number 1, independence. Total control over your future. Choose your clients, pick your projects, work how and when you want. I spent years working for the government in the military, so I didn't have the same freedom that, say, I do right now, that a civilian would have. You have to answer to the people that outrank you, the people that have authority in your leadership chain of command. I've also worked for companies outside of the military since retiring. I really understand what it means to have freedom and independence. And I know what it means not to have that. So for me, reason number 1 is the independence you get by owning your own consulting business. And when you have multiple clients, you can afford to work with the people you want to or the people you don't want to work with. I spent years answering to bosses and bureaucrats. Independence isn't just freedom, it's the ability to align your work with your values. And here's the twist. Independence doesn't just mean working alone. You can hire people via 1099. You can use AI to help you generate products and solutions. Wait until you see what happens in reason 4 when you use AI to scale yourself. That's where independence becomes power. But you can't have independence if you don't have the resources to support yourself and your family. And that brings us to reason number 2, financial upside of running a consulting business. Life-changing income. If your niche is government contracting, it's realistic to be able to generate $300,000 to $500,000 a year as a solo consultant. Now, government contracting is a niche that is valuable. There are very few people that actually understand it, which means there's lower competition. So when you can combine value, meaning billions and billions of dollars being spent by the government in just about every service area in a very complex way, well, now we have the makings of a consulting niche which can be high paying. All consulting niches do not pay well. Now, you can scale beyond that certainly by hiring people. There's lots of ways to make money as a consultant, and there are niches within government contracting, and there are niches within niches beyond government contracting. So this is just an example. It's the one that I live and the over 200 people in GovClose are living. The key is you're not limited to one stream of income. Multiple clients mean multiple streams of income. You can charge for one-time projects. You can charge for training. You can charge for a service that you're providing month to month. Speaking fees, equity deals. The list goes on and on. The number of streams of income and the way that you can exponentially grow if you are running a consulting business the right way can be life-changing for you and your family. But Rick, I can't just quit my job. I need income. I got to support myself. I got to support the kids. Absolutely. And that brings us to reason number 3. You don't have to quit your job to start a consulting business. In fact, I tell people all the time, and I've got plenty of people in the program that started off as a full-time employee consulting on the side. And then once their consulting business grew, I usually recommend once you are making double what your regular job is bringing in, that's probably the time to start thinking that I should move on and do that full-time. I mean, just think, if part-time you're generating double what you're earning with your current job, what would you earn if you were doing it full-time, right? But we want to do things logically, and we want to do things that are going to be in the best interest of us and our families. So make sure you have the income before you make the leap. Test the waters, build a small list of clients after hours, and then, when your boss tells you to do something that you don't want to do, you could just say, I'm good. I'm already making more than you're paying me. And then you know what to do. But Rick, I keep hearing that AI is going to replace all consultants and all information type jobs. Well, that brings us to point number 4. AI isn't taking your job. AI is amplifying what you can do. Look, anyone that's a power user of the AI chatbots like I am, like others out, they're great. They can help you in specific areas, but they also hallucinate and they're limited to the amount of data that they can actually process. They can amplify what you're doing, but they're not going to replace you, especially if you choose the right niche. I use AI all the time to help me formulate ideas, maybe even to do some limited research, but AI isn't hurting my business. My business is growing month over month. Choosing the right niche is going to be essential, but AI is something that is going to help you, not hurt you. The consultants who adopt AI aren't just faster, they're unbeatable. But here's the kicker. Mastering AI doesn't just save time, it opens doors to projects you never thought you could handle. See reason 5 for how that plays out on a global scale. Here's the global scale piece. You can work from anywhere. Your office is the world when you are a consultant, especially with all of the technology that we have today. Look, by the way, you probably have seen some of our students like Ross working from Europe. I should say students, he's certified and working. We have consultants and people that have graduated from our program all over the world on almost all the continents. You can consult from everywhere. I myself, you may have seen some of our work. I have done work from the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. Right now I'm in a New England farm town in Massachusetts on the Massachusetts-New Hampshire border. I've worked from Puerto Rico, right? We were investigating Puerto Rico, like potentially to move our business down there. I don't think we're going to, but no problem. There was no break in the action for me running our business to any of these locations. And that is one of the beauties of consulting. You can work as much or as little as you want. You could do it from anywhere, and not just anywhere in the world. I do it from my basement, which I'm in right now, which is also a British pub and a gym. And it's a few other things too. We're trying to figure it out. Consulting isn't tied to a cubicle. And this is the main point. I've coached clients from a coffee shop in Puerto Rico and a cabin in New Hampshire. Picture running strategy calls with CEOs while your kids play outside, like mine are right now. And my 7-year-old just grabbed a helmet and ran out to the trampoline with the bigger kids. Probably something I should check on. In fact, I'm going to check on that. Okay, they're alive. But Rick, I'm not really sure what my niche is going to be. You know, I don't think I have a skill set. Look, first of all, if you don't have a skill set, come into GovClose. We'll teach you the skill set, which is government contracting, and you'll be demanding top dollar for your consulting services on the backside. And when I say that, I mean we have kids in their 20s getting high six-figure salary positions. Those aren't consulting jobs. You can get a job in government contracting, but you can also demand high consulting fees for the services you're providing, helping companies win contracts with the government. We've got Des, who we mentioned earlier, won his first 2 clients, both paying him a monthly retainer month to month. So that's the beginning of his consulting business. You know, we have Jack, who's in our program, and he's also landing clients. Now, you can test new niches without risk. This is one of the great things. When we teach you this in GovClose, in addition to government contracting, we're teaching you, hey, how do you start a consulting business? How do you get clients? We're testing out niches, right? So you can test niches by targeting the right types of companies and offering services. Now, we have our own proprietary way of figuring out, hey, what skills do you have that we can leverage and then turn into a niche? Often you can combine 2 things and turn that into a profitable service that you're providing to somebody. And here's the thing, you can experiment. Try a different industry or service offering. GovClose itself started with me testing small contracts on evenings and weekends. You can pivot fast. If one lane isn't profitable or exciting, shift. And when you discover the right fit, you'll discover why reason 10 changes everything about your career trajectory. Rick, I've worked for a while in different industries. I'm just not sure that this is for me. Well, here's what's great about consulting. It works for those both that are brand new to the game, getting out of college maybe. Even my niece who's in college, going through GovClose, getting paid internships, working for defense companies. But also for those of us that, look, I'm a little long in the tooth, right? I've spent 20 years in the military. I've worked for different companies. What's great about consulting is you can leverage your past experience. And your past experience can equal you getting paid more for your consulting services. It also gives you expertise. You have genuine expertise if you've worked in different industries. You can work with different companies leveraging that expertise. Now, you could also combine it with government contracting and demand top dollar there, but you don't have to. There's lots of different things that you can do as a consultant getting paid to help a company through a problem. You could get paid to help a company make more money. You can get paid for your accounting skills. You could help companies with tax preparation, bookkeeping. There's so many different avenues for you to go as a consultant, but it demands that you test them, and we need to make sure that a company will pay you to solve the problem for them. And what we're looking for is you solving a hard problem for a company that they don't want to do themselves, which ideally either helps them to make more money or to save money. And then there's a third category there, I would say, keeps them out of jail, right? So a lot of industries that have regulatory burden, a lot of policy and law to deal with. If you have a skill set in that area, that could also be a very profitable niche. Here's one thing that a lot of us that have worked for either companies or in the government maybe have struggled with is, you know your value, but your boss might not know your value, right? And you work for a company, it's easy to get pigeonholed in one area, right? And look, the company hired you to do a job, they want you to do that job, but you have higher goals. This is why a lot of people will pivot from companies every 3 years or so. That's pretty common these days. Basically to start trying to climb the corporate ladder, to be getting recognized for the skill set that you have. Okay, when you approach things as a consultant, you are going to, and this is, by the way, is reason number 8, you're earning respect as a peer with CEOs of companies. And the reason you are is because that's who we're selling to. Like, you don't sell high-ticket consulting services by just putting up a web page, right? I sell by getting on the phone with somebody and discuss my expertise. My expertise is government contracting. And when I get on the phone with the CEO, and we're peers. He knows his business, and I'm not claiming to know his business better than him, but nobody knows my business better than me. So when we are talking, we're talking as peers. He's not hiring me to be a sales executive. He's hiring me to advise or to train his company or to train people maybe on his business development team or provide a strategy that maps out, and this is what I specialize in, how that company is going to either get into or expand their government contracts in a certain agency over the next 5 to 10 years. And that is not only worth income in your pocket, but you're going to be seen at a higher level. You're going to be seen more as a strategic partner. What this can actually be leveraged into for you are deals and opportunities that you never would have expected. I've been hired as CEOs of holding companies. I have been offered equity deals. I've been offered deals by investors to build some of the tools that we've built here internally in GovClose. So what is it that you want to do that maybe you don't have an offer on the table right now? Consulting can open those doors for you. CEOs listen differently when you're a peer, not a subordinate. That respect leads to leadership roles, advisory seats, even equity offers. And if you think equity is just stock certificates, reason 9 shows you why those offers can dwarf even a 6-figure retainer. Gain leverage in hidden opportunities. Consultants get the inside track. You see trends before the market does. I've been offered partnerships, co-founding roles, CEO positions, equity deals, exclusive access to opportunities. Through GovClose, I've been offered opportunities that would never be offered to me as an employee. And the same thing is happening with our students that have graduated. They're being reached out to by, in some cases, former congressmen, CEOs of companies that never would have reached out to them before. But through what we're learning here, the expertise of government contracting and the power of consulting, they're being seen as something more than an employee. You're being seen as a subject matter expert that owns their expertise and can be a valuable asset to a company. And that's worthy of, in some cases, much more than your consulting retainer. But here's a mind bender. Leverage isn't the end goal. Reason number 10 is redefine your entire career and lifestyle. This is the big one. Consulting isn't just a way to earn, it rewrites your life. You gain control of your time, income, and identity. You can grow it into a brand, license your methods, or even create a platform like GovClose that changes an entire industry. And here's the cliffhanger. I'm going to show you step by step how I built GovClose and my consulting business into a 7-figure business in the next video. If you're serious about turning your expertise into freedom, subscribe, drop your biggest takeaway in the comments, and check out govclose.com to see how we help consultants dominate government contracting.